Have you ever stopped to think about how a routine day can suddenly take a turn for the unimaginable? How an ordinary flight carrying people to their destinations can transform into a heartbreaking disaster in the blink of an eye? It's August 9th, 2024, a day like any other at Cascavel Airport. Passengers are boarding Voepass Linhas Aéreas Flight 2283, an ATR 72-500 aircraft set to take them from this small city to the sprawling metropolis of São Paulo. For the 62 people on board, passengers and crew alike, it's just another flight. A bridge between destinations, between the lives they're leaving behind and the ones they're about to step into. The flight crew, led by a seasoned captain and a skilled first officer, is well prepared for the journey ahead. They've flown this route countless times before, and today's conditions seem ideal. Clear skies, calm winds, and a routine path from Cascavel to Guarulhos International Airport. The ATR 72-500, a reliable workhorse of regional aviation, taxis smoothly onto the runway. The engines spool up, and within moments, Flight 2283 is airborne, leaving behind the quaint town of Cascavel as it ascends into the bright morning sky. The flight progresses smoothly. As the aircraft reaches its cruising altitude, the cabin is filled with the quiet hum of the engines and the murmur of passengers engaged in their own worlds. It's a scene of calm, a scene that could be from any flight, anywhere in the world. But as Flight 2283 nears São Paulo, the weather begins to change. What was once a clear sky is now being overtaken by clouds. The weather forecast had hinted at possible storms in the region, but nothing out of the ordinary. The pilots are prepared, adjusting their course slightly to navigate around the worst of it. However, as they approach the outskirts of São Paulo state, the weather deteriorates faster than expected. Dark clouds gather and the winds begin to pick up, buffeting the aircraft. The once calm skies are now turbulent, challenging the crew to maintain control. Turbulence hits, jostling the plane. The passengers are instructed to fasten their seatbelts as the aircraft bounces through the increasingly stormy skies. The crew works diligently, but the weather is becoming more severe by the minute. Suddenly, without warning, a violent downdraft, a microburst, slams into the plane. Microbursts are fierce, downward bursts of wind that can force even the most stable aircraft into a dangerous rapid descent. The ATR-72 is caught in its grip, and the pilots fight desperately to regain control. The situation spirals out of control. Despite their best efforts, the pilots are unable to recover. The plane, with 62 lives on board, is plummeting towards the ground, the residential area of Vinhedo directly in its path. On the ground, the residents of Vinhedo are completely unaware of the danger hurtling toward them. They hear the sound of the engines growing louder, far too loud for a plane that should be high in the sky. At 10:43 a.m., Flight 2283 crashes into a residential neighborhood in Vinhedo. The impact is devastating, sending shockwaves through the community. Homes are destroyed and the lives of all 62 on board are tragically lost. The once peaceful neighborhood is now a scene of unimaginable destruction. The loss is not just felt by the families of those on the plane, but by the entire Vinhedo community. Questions are immediate and pressing. How did this happen? What led to this tragedy? Investigations begin, with authorities from Brazil's National Civil Aviation Agency working alongside experts from around the world. The black boxes containing the flight data and cockpit voice recordings are critical to understanding the sequence of events that led to the The crash of Voepass Linhas Aéreas Flight 2283 is a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictability of the world we live in. As we remember the 62 lives lost on that fateful day, we are also reminded of the resilience of the human spirit, the strength to rebuild, to learn, and to carry on. Aviation is an industry built on constant learning and improvement, driven by the desire to make the skies safer for all. The story of Flight 2283 is a tragic chapter in that ongoing journey, one that will never be forgotten. What are your thoughts on the factors that led to this tragic event? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this deep dive insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the skies.